Welcome back to another episode of my channel. Today, we have got an interesting video. On Wednesday night last week, the new Scream film, the new Scream film, Scream 6, came out in theatres in the UK. In theatres. And I went to watch it opening night, a double bill of Scream 5 and Scream 6. And today's video will be a Scream 6 ranking. So yeah, we got a Scream 6 ranking. This ranking is ranking the Scream 6 characters. There are 14 characters. 6 returning. The rest are new. 6 of them are returning characters. The rest are completely new characters. But yeah, we're going to go through and rank the characters. Starting with number 14. Now, in 14th is going to be the therapist character. So he isn't enough. The therapist character isn't really a character. He's not really a great character. He's basically a nothing character, played by an actor who worked with the people who directed Scream 6, Radio Silence, on in Ready or Not. Appeared in one scene at the very start with Sam in a therapy session, but shortly after that he was killed off by Ghostface, and I will get to it, and you will find out how he was killed by Ghostface in my next video, which will be ranking the kills in Scream 6. In 13th is going to be Laura. Now, she is the character in the film played by the wonderful niece of Hugo Weaving, Samara Weaving, who also was in Radio Silence's Radio Not, which was released back in 2019. But also appeared in both Babysitter films on Netflix. So yeah, not great opening scene character. Just like most opening scene characters in Scream, Bar Terror from Scream 5, who survived her opening scene attack. Didn't do much, but well acted during her death by Samara Weaving, who was very good, despite having limited screen time. In 12th is going to be her fellow. Opening scene character. This time, Jason, played by Spider-Man trilogies, the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogies, Tony Revolori, who played Flash in those films. But yeah, he was the other opening scene character. He was the one who killed Laura. And the reason why he's slightly higher than Laura is the fact that he is in the film much longer than Laura. But just like Laura, gets the same fate being killed as Laura by being killed by Ghostface. And like I said, Tony Revolori plays the character and did a really good job, despite his lack of screen time. Now we get into the proper characters. Starting in 11th place is the first new character. Is the first new character in Scream 6, Annika. She's the girlfriend of Mindy, who we'll get to later, of Scream 5 star Mindy, Meeks Martin, the niece of Randy Meeks from the original Scream and Scream 2. I liked her. I liked her in the film. I think she was well acted by the actress. I think her first name's Devon. I can't remember. I think her first name's Devon. I think it's Devon something. Who played? I think her Anika's actress is Devon. Is called Devon something. But yeah, her life, her time in the film, unfortunately, was cut short by Ghostface, who killed him, and you'll find out how she was killed. Like I said with the therapist, you'll find out how he was killed in the next episode, in the next video. In 10th is going to be Ethan, and this is the first of the 2 Ghostface killers. Well, the first of the 3 Ghostface killers, but the first of the 3 Ghostface killers. He's the brother of Richie from Scream 5, which was Jack Quaid's character in that film, who ended up being one of the Ghostface of that film. Wasn't in the film too much. He wasn't in this film too much, but when he was revealed as one of the killers and went completely psycho, Jack Champion, who plays the character, who played Ethan, took his performance to a completely different level. He ranks lower as he's not the most memorable out of the characters.
Hi there. What can I get you today?
A toilet.
It's in the back.
Love the pyramid.
Next up in the character ranking, in 9th place is going to be the second Ghostface killer out of the 3, and it's Quinn. She, like I said, the other Ghostface killer, and also the sister of Richie from Scream 5. Just like Ethan, wasn't in the film too much, and she was someone during the film who I thought was dead when she was when it looked like she was supposedly killed by Ghostface, but that was before she was revealed as the second Ghostface killer. Before she was revealed as the second Ghostface killer. During the scene where Annika was, and she died. Quinn supposedly died during the scene where Annika was killed, but she faked her death by using a dummy. And Quinn was very well acted by her actress, and actually worked really well as one of the killers, being my favourite out of her and her brother Ethan, but not the best Ghostface killer in the film. Next up is going to be, in number 8 is going to be Danny. He is a character who surprised me, he's a character who surprised me and survived the whole film. He happens to be the boyfriend of main character Sam, who we'll get to later. Yeah. Other than that, he was a character who surprised me, survived the whole film. Nothing more to say, but.
Okay, detective, I'll take it from here. You have the case. Now give me the badge. No way, this is my crime scene.
He's more memorable. He's more memorable than the characters below him, despite the fact not being in the film weighed that too much. Okay, next up is going to be Wayne, the final Ghostface killer. Not only is he a great character, but he also happens to be the father of both Quinn and Ethan, as well as Richie from Scream 5. He was well acted by actor Dermot Mulroney. And when he was revealed as the father of Richie, Quinn and Ethan, he was taken to a whole other level. But yeah, it was good. The level of performance made it look like Dermot Mulroney was actually going insane when it was just his character going insane. Other than that, a brutal murder at the hands of Sam to kill him once and for all at the end of the film, probably I'd say capped off a really good character. He was very memorable, but given the fact he was one of the killers, it was good to see him go. So yeah, that is Wayne. Now we're getting the top. Now we're getting into the top 6, and in 6th is going to be the iconic Gail Weathers is in 6th. In Scream 6, she's the only legacy character in the film, and this is because Dewey obviously was, and that's because obviously.
But this was supposed to be my case.
And obviously.
It became my case when you hurt yourself or pretended to.
Pretended to? What does Detective Floss mean by pretended to?
I thought this case was gonna be a dud. I'm sorry.
I think the three of us.
But yeah, Gail, the only legacy character in the film, with Dewey dead after he was killed in Scream 5, and Sydney was unfortunate, and Sydney being out of the film because of Neve Cameron not getting the pay she wanted to star in the film, and that meant for the very first time a Scream film did not have all 3 legacy characters in it. She did kind of take a back seat so we could spend more time with the new characters in Kirby, Mindy and Tara, Sam and Chad, who we will get to after this. But Courtney Cox, great as always, and great to see her alive, and ready for this possible Scream 7. Well, hopefully at least. I'm hopeful that there'll be a Scream 7. In 5th place is going to be... In 5th place is going to be the returning Kirby Reed. It was great to see her back after her supposed death in Scream 4, and revealed to be alive in Scream 5 for a video thumbnail on YouTube. Was well acted by Hayden Panettiere and served her purpose in the film while not being overused. So yeah, decent character. Sneaks in 5th just because she was a bit in the film a lot more than Gail was. Because after Gail was attacked once, she disappeared from the rest of the film. So Kirby was in the film a little bit longer. Nothing more to say about Nothing more to say about Kirby, to be honest. So on to the top 4. In 4th is going to be Mindy, like I said, mentioned earlier. Mindy, Chad Meeks, niece of Randy Meeks from the first 2 Scream films. She was the only Scream. She was the only Scream 5 survivor in Scream 6 who didn't do that much, but she did her job. She provided the classic rules. In this case, instead of it being the rules of a week-wall, it was the rules of a franchise. She was also in some pretty suspenseful scenes throughout the film, especially the scene with her in the subway where she was with Ethan, where Quinn attacked her. When Quinn killed her, supposedly attacked her before she was taken to the hospital and kept alive.
know how much you want this, but the worst thing you can do is...
Unfortunately, as she was slightly underused, she can't rank higher than the other three members of what Chad calls, who we'll get to later, the core four, which is her, Sam, which is him, Sam, Tara, and Mindy.
Learn about something in your life that's awesome.
In third is going to be
I won't say the scab.
Tara, Jenna Ortega. Wow,
I won't say two scabs on.
Jenna Ortega, just incredible. In Scream 5, she was okay as a cat. In Scream 5, Tara was okay, and Jenna Ortega was okay as her character of Tara was bed and hospital ridden for most of the film. Did take part in the third act though of Scream 5. And was the one who ended up dealing the final blow to Amber. But in Scream 6, much more active, was amazing throughout. Had awesome chemistry with Chad, who we'll get to later. Like I said, we'll get to later. Played by Mason Goodwin. But not only that, Jenna Ortega played her really well, just like she did in Scream 5. And also they had that emotional part of her performance, especially in the scene where it looked like Chad was killed where he was stabbed in the side multiple times before being taken but he was able to survive the whole film in the end. And generally just a big upgrade from Scream 5 to Scream 6. She goes from hospital and bedridden in Scream 5 to one of the best parts of Scream 6. Now, we make the top two. There are two characters left. Which of the two characters left goes first, and which of the two characters left goes second? Well, I can now reveal in second place is Sam Carpenter, the new Sidney Prescott in Scream 5, and was the Sidney replacement in Scream 6, despite the fact that the reason why I call her the new Sidney Prescott, not to disrespect Sam, but the fact is, because she is technically the new Sidney Prescott. Yes, she's nothing like Sidney Prescott. Yes, Sam Carpenter's nothing like Sidney Prescott, but she is what I call the new Sidney Prescott. Because if Sidney doesn't appear in it, if Sidney doesn't come back in, because if Scream 5 was the last time Sidney was in a Scream film, then she is the new Sidney Prescott. There is a chance that in Scream 7, Sidney could return if her actress Neve Campbell was given the right amount of pay she wanted to star in the film. But other than that, replacement was Sidney did pretty well to replace Sidney in Scream 6. She's a bit affected by the events of Scream 5, but like Sam does, she got through the whole film of killing everyone she needed to and doing everything she needed to survive. Even though she was not amazing in Scream 5, Scream 6 really helps her out, and she's a worthy replacement for Sidney in the Scream franchise. If Sidney never comes back in the Scream franchise, which I hope she does, but I'm not getting my hopes up. But that means in first place is going to be Chad. The reason why Chad is number one is the fact in my mind, he was the character who had the biggest change from Scream 5 to Scream 6. And that's the main reason why he's my favourite character in Scream 6. Because not only did he have the biggest change from Scream 5 to Scream 6, but everything he did in the film was positive, putting his life on the line to save his friends throughout the film, and it almost looked like he died as he was stabbed in the side multiple times by Ghostface killers, but persevered and ended up surviving the whole film, much to my own relief. And I'm happy to say that, in my opinion, that Chad is the best character in Scream 6, and that's not taking Scream 5 into consideration. But to be honest, fair enough, but to give him credit, well done, Chad. You top my list as the best character. You are my favourite character of Scream 6. That's it for this episode of my channel. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell to catch up with all my latest videos. Tune in next time for where I rank the kills in Scream 6. But until then, I am out, and this has been Gibby O'Brien. Peace.